I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Your character, I mean, gets put in the pickle like more than once. That's quite a tough
A
situation.
lot of pickles. A lot of pickles. Yeah, he's got to get out of the jam and figure out what to do. How do you get your things back when they're swapped out or stolen? Hmm.
I love the example that's like, well, if it was $5, do you think he would return it? Can you talk about that scene? That was actually pretty comical.
Yeah, I mean, that was I think that was one of my favorites on the page, like as it was written, because just thinking about, you know, wanting to, or at least me, I'm a very confrontational person. Me and Ethan are a bit different in that he tries to avoid confrontation. I am the opposite. And so I could just imagine if I'm wanting to say something, especially if somebody stole my ring and then you see it on her finger. Thinking at least he hasn't proposed yet or hasn't used it or he's not going to use it. Maybe he pawned it or something. He gave it to his girlfriend and he's sitting there with this bread which he enjoys so much, right? But it's not a very enjoyable situation. So he's just like, let me just keep stuffing it so I don't say what I need to say. It was a very fun thing to play, especially with Zoe.
That was gonna ask you. I'm pretty sure that Zoey, I mean, just was so the perfect one to play that scene too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's got a we have a natural cadence to the way we talk to each other whenever we have our banter, like in real life. So it's the same. It was the same. It carried over naturally into the performance, and it was easy. And she has that kind of, sometimes in those scenes it's really hard to not fake the interruptions, not to be like, hey, and you know, it, and it's like I hate. It's like a pet peeve of mine when I see it in movies with people trying to fake interruptions. But our natural banter was that we just step on each other without messing each other's lines, and uh, she can do this in her sleep. She's really, really, really talented.
What do you think that New York has that makes this romance comedy films like so perfect?
I think it's just everybody. Well, number one, there's so many comical things that can happen to you in New York City in the span of like 15 minutes. You can like almost lose your life 3 times by getting run over by a taxi and meet the most amazing person and then get, the wrong directions to the subway and the right directions to the. You can like have so many experiences in New York. There's so much good energy and culture and food and it's such a big city. I think the other part of it is you can feel like you're invisible. And of course, those are good ways and bad ways. But I love it that you could just like nobody's paying attention to you. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter how you're dressed. You can have your hair wrapped up or whatever it is. Going to the corner store, bodega, and finding whatever, and people don't notice you. They are just going about their lives. Um, and to have that in such a big city, the biggest city, one of the biggest cities in the world, with these huge looming buildings, and thinking everything is so big, but you can still have these moments of connection with people where you find that special someone or a new friend or somebody that you're not ever going to see again, but you have an incredible conversation with them that makes it, even in all that insignificance and feeling so small because of these buildings and everything, you feel these powerful moments that remind you what life is about.
Definitely. And no, you know what? Congratulations with something from Tiffany, based in New York.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Kendra. Congratulations.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.